Noel and Cory.
They're not role models, not even human. They're cartoons. Some of the things they do would cause a person to get hurt, expelled, arrested, possibly deported. To put it another way, don't try this at home.
It's Noel and Cory's Positively Awesome Pro Wrestling Show. Tonight on the show, Cory weeps for the sorrows of mankind, and then Noel smacks him. Also, Noel gives his thoughts on pro wrestling for the week, with special guest, local pro wrestler Torturous Tony Sly. And now, here's two guys on the internet not ashamed to be in the Bella Army, Noel and Cory. Woo! All right, we're here with episode 2. Sorry about last week, guys. We got busy with the big Dan Gable Wrestling Hall of Fame extravaganza that was happening in our hometown.
Yeah,
I was actually documenting it for the museum, and Noel was busy hanging out, seeing pro wrestling and talking to all the wrestlers.
And I brought my dad. My dad liked it.
It was a good show.
Yes, it was.
Austin Aries won the belt, won the tournament, and
Yep.
was the champion, and we got to see Brian Cage and
meet a lot of oldies.
David Hart-Smith,
Yeah.
which I did check out that
Yeah.
World of Wrestling, I think they're calling it.
Oh, World of Sport?
Yeah, from England. I saw the first episode. It's
Yeah.
interesting. Grado
Awesome.
was the champion.
Grado's the champ.
Well, no, he lost.
Oh, well, good.
But
I'm just kidding.
he was, well, it makes sense for at least the first one that, you
Yeah.
know, he's known and he's, pretty
he's
big.
known. Plus, they got, not Zack Sabre Jr., but Will Ospreay, I think is one of the guys
Yes,
there,
I
too.
did see him too.
So,
That was very interesting.
yeah.
It was interesting. It's an I thought it reminded me of American Gladiators in a way, like the studio that they filmed it in. Like the lights, everything reminded me of how American Gladiators
But
were.
nobody had the joust with
No,
the
there was
giant
none of
Q-tips.
that. But it just, the production and the lights and the way they were doing stuff reminded me of the old American Gladiators.
Cool.
Which is interesting. I'm intrigued to download the next episode and see what it looks like.
So just chill to the next episode. How'd that work out?
But yeah, that was pretty interesting. So yeah, it was Impact, not Impact Wrestling that's on TV, but Impact Pro out of Des Moines had their big event at the Dan. And then I saw the Hall of Fame where I got to see the Hart family induct Owen Hart into the I think it's the Lou Fez Museum.
George Targos.
Yeah, the
Lou
part
Fez.
of the pro wrestling part of the Dan Gable Museum.
Yep.
And so that was really cool. Like I said, David Hart Smith was there. All his older brothers and his sister.
Wow.
And so they talked. It was pretty cool. I got to see them talking. They had an hour where they talked to fans in the museum.
Did you watch the panel on Bruiser Brody? His wife was there.
Yes, I saw that one too. That was very.
Nice.
She's there every year, I believe.
Really? Awesome.
Yeah. And so I saw that one too. That was very informative and
like
really
it.
cool. The stories, some of the stories, and then one of the dudes from the Killer Bees was there.
B. Brown Blair.
Yeah,
He's there
and
every year.
he kept telling
every
stories and everything.
He
It was really cool.
Must be well liked. He looks like he's in good shape. You know
Yeah.
who else was in great shape? Hardcore Bob Holly. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah, he was
that
way in
dude's jacked. He's almost like 50.
Too bad he was only on the opening show, and then him and DJ Z were only on. They have 2 events in one day because it's a tournament, and
Yeah.
there's an afternoon show at 1, and then another show at 6, 7.
And all the old timers are there too. Stan Hansen, I missed. Larry the Axe Henning, had Cowboy Bob Orton, Jerry Briscoe, J.J. Dillon. So there's a lot of interesting talent.
JJ Dillon's there every year.
Yeah, a guy from Japan was there. He was a historian of all Japanese wrestling. Talked with him. Really nice
he
guy.
got an award at the
Sweet.
Hall of Fame ceremony. Where
Awesome.
because of him doing he documented a bunch of Lou Fez, right?
He was Luthez's manager
Yeah.
when Lou was in Japan.
And so
Yeah.
he has all these stories. He really was interesting. His
Yeah.
family was there.
Nice guy.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
Koichi was his first name. I think.
And then Adam Pierce was.
Scrap Iron.
Yeah, he was a master of ceremonies.
Former
I got to
NWA
meet
champ.
Dave Lagana, I believe is how you say it. Which, if you guys know who that is, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
He used my tripod.
nice.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped about it.
But
My
moving
cat
on.
Moose was really pumped
Yes,
about it
Orange
too.
Moose.
But moving on to Raw,
Yeah.
Noel, I totally forgot to put the board up, so we'll just have to look down.
Look over there. Okay.
Oh man, mistakes
Mojo
all
and
around.
Rude.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Got
I
beat
feel
up in
bad
the
for
locker
Bobby
room.
Roode.
but he beat Mojo in the locker room, and
Well,
everybody was all cheering him along. I'm like, great.
At least that, but you
That
know,
was pretty
it just
cool.
seems like Bobby Roode should be a higher caliber than where he's stuck at.
I think they don't have anything yet, but he is moving up. They'll
He's a
figure
guy
something
that
out.
may be smart for him to go back to Impact, even though it's a different Impact, I guess now.
He'd be a
But
big name there.
you know, he was the man for years.
He was.
For a couple of years.
Bring James Storm back.
Yeah, where
That'd
is
be
James
awesome.
Storm?
I think he's enjoying the Indies.
Yeah. No, is he? I don't even hear him on the Indies though.
Really?
Like,
Maybe
where
he's
do
just
you
taking time off.
hear? Do you ever see a show that he's? I mean, we even see flyers for Big Kaz getting promoted, but I mean, I don't see a flyer for James Storm ever. Like a flyers with James Storm on.
Maybe
them
he's
at
just
all.
too cool for indie shows.
He might be. He might have just retired.
I think we'd hear some. He's probably just chillaxing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's gonna do something. Maybe he got injured. Maybe he was injured or something and just
Yeah.
needed to take some time off.
Yeah. Speaking of the Indies, Apollo Crews, the former UA Nation,
Man, he was a monster on the Indies. But
Yeah.
he got to win.
got a win over a
Yeah,
from
Titus Worldwide.
AOP. Yeah.
It's about time. They need
Yeah.
to pump that stable. They need to add some more to it.
Yeah, and his mic skills definitely improved from last week. Him and Titus, I think he's been learning from Titus. Really good mic skills. He's getting better. He definitely has great moves.
They need
He
to
needs
start involving Dana Brooke more too.
Yeah, she's out there cheering hard. You know, she's all for it.
Yeah,
so.
the statistician.
Yeah, so
I thought
yeah.
that was a great angle for it.
Yeah, it's like back when Michael Wall Street, back in the day of WCW, Captain Mike Rotunda was Michael Wall Street, and Terry Reynolds, before she was rolled, was Alexandra whatever, and she was his statistician.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And that brought us then into Elias's segment.
Somehow.
You know what WWE stand for, right, Noel?
Yep, Walk with Elias.
That was pretty sweet. Him and Bobby Lashley will have a sweet match, I think.
And you
No,
said-
I kind of think Lashley should be in the main event. I just think.
Upper mid card maybe.
Well, I just think him versus Lesnar makes sense
That
for
would've
at
been
least
interesting.
once because they're former. You know, he's a former
Yeah.
MMA guy.
Yep.
They're both big.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like though what they're doing with Lesnar. I know everyone hates him now because he never shows up, but I like that they're putting that into his character of him like being like, I don't even watch this. Well, I don't care. I don't want to be here. I'm enjoying it because
I'm just mad he choked Paul.
It's
Come
funny.
on, it's Paul Heyman. Can't do that.
oh, they're just working at Angle, and Paul Heyman will do something to like help him keep the title or something like that.
Maybe he'll set a table on fire and somebody will go
He'll
through
go
it.
to like Roman Reigns and be like, Roman, I got a deal for you.
Here's some thumbtacks.
And then he'll screw him over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, but yeah, Elias definitely. He is like you're saying, like
Well,
Stone Cold, kind of in between the way he starts out.
Or he's
Not
a
quite
bad guy, but everyone
not quite a
loves
good
him, so
guy,
he's
yeah.
a face.
Yeah,
You know his album is like what did awesome or is doing awesome on iTunes.
nice.
Like insane.
I think they need to prop him up a little bit more, get him moving up. You know, up. Start at the bottom of the mid card, work his way up. It just seems like they don't do enough with him. That's what I think. Could do a lot more.
He only got 3 hours.
Yeah, only. Speaking of 3 hours, there was another match. Like SmackDown. We had, let's see, what was it? The
Revival, which
Yes,
were at
Revival.
the event that we
Yeah,
were
they
at
were
this
cool.
weekend.
Yeah,
I got to
they're
talk
sick.
to them.
Nice
They did
guys.
a little promo for the
I
museum.
heard they were kind of funny.
They were they were really nice and Wade, you know, on TV I thought they were looking a little out of shape, but in person, man, they were jacked.
Yeah.
I was scared.
They beat the leader of worlds.
Yeah.
They get the, let's see, what they get, who do they get next? The Bludgeon Brothers, I think? Or there's still a couple more to go, but either
Something
way,
like that.
I think the
There's
leaders...
still like 3 weeks until SummerSlam, 3 or 2
Yeah.
weeks to go still.
I think the leaders of world, I think that's...
That should have never happened.
Yeah, it's really, you know,
Like,
they had such a...
Matt Hardy should have went off on his own and been a singles guy and been doing his whole Woken thing.
I think he
This
should.
adding it with Bray Wyatt.
I think he and Jeff should retire.
It doesn't matter. No, I don't think they should retire.
They're getting
yet.
close. A little
They're
bit
getting-
longer.
yeah,
End
a
of the
little
year,
bit
maybe.
longer.
End of the year.
You know, you
Call it
pop
a
up
day.
here and there. Maybe
Yeah.
another year. It depends.
Legends
you
contract
can
for him,
easily
maybe?
go back to the indies and do stuff too and
Yeah.
work a light indie schedule or something like that.
And then, let's see.
Go back to Impact. You
Yeah,
only
that
film
would
like
be
what,
nice.
twice a year or something.
Yeah. Speaking of Impact, Drew McIntyre, formerly
Yeah.
Drew Galloway.
Good.
Yeah, him and Seth. Drew's been bringing his A game, which is pretty cool.
I'm enjoying that they didn't just stick Drew and Seth as a tag. I mean, Drew and
Ziggler.
Ziggler as a tag team. That they're actually like becoming singles and working together and like.
Yeah, like
I thought they were gonna get
Diesel and
stuck
Shawn
as
Michaels.
just being like a lame tag team that was forced together.
Yeah.
But this is a much better angle.
Yes.
And now
It's
Drew, they said what first part of the plan's done with Ziggler winning. Now Drew's going for the Universal. That could be a big one. Drew versus Brock would be a good match. He's a big guy that can do some stuff.
Yeah.
He could definitely make that match really good.
Yeah, and Brock would show up and do a bunch of suplexes.
Hey, whatever pays the bills, right?
You said skills pay the bills.
Yeah, it happens.
And then we had, of course, Finn.
Oh, Finn
and
Balor.
Baron.
Boo. Boo. I
Maybe
don't
New Japan.
understand why everyone thinks Finn
I think he's
Balor.
in
I
the
never thought
doghouse,
he
I
was
think.
cool.
Yeah.
But because they can't trust him because he gets injured every time.
Yeah.
Something happens. Ooh, you win the Universal belt, you get injured. If they
But
were
he was the NXT champ, so there
and
must
he
have
got
been something.
yeah.
Of course, he
He had
got
such a
right.
hype going in, but he was way cooler, And then
They got
I don't
rid of him
understand.
over
I
there.
only ever knew him as the guy that painted, had these crazy in the indies, painting himself up as Venom and stuff like that.
Joker.
I thought he got more of a name just off how he painted up his body and stuff.
Him and Baron are like
I like Baron
lower mid.
Baron could be a lot more. Baron could be a solid mid card to upper mid card guy.
Yeah, the constable thing has finally got him over.
Yeah, he rolled with it and shaved his head and everything too. Though wrestling in a suit like that's gotta kind of suck.
Yeah, it's probably uncomfortable.
Probably hot.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I would assume so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then what Brock did to Paul Heyman?
Well, he finally shows up, yay, and he's reading Highlights Weekly. Oh wait, I'm sorry, it was the New Outdoorsman or New Frontiersman, something like that. Brock likes to hunt and kill stuff.
Well, yeah, he owns a bunch of property.
Yeah, he's a big man.
He's a Midwesterner.
Blows up squirrels.
He's from South
Dynamite.
Dakota. He's a South Dakotan.
Yeah. But he wrestled in Minnesota, so.
Yeah, well,
He's got dual
where are you gonna go?
citizenship.
Where are you gonna go in South Dakota? There's nothing there.
That's what he likes. He likes to be alone.
Well, yeah, but I mean, for wrestling in college or anything, you're not going. Oh, it's in South Dakota.
Yeah. Nothing.
Nothing.
Just likes to be there so he can be all alone by himself.
Only, yeah.
Him and his wife.
No, I think he's got a place in Minnesota actually, but you don't want to go anywhere near it. Like I heard it, he's got tons of acres and it's all fenced off and.
Yeah, and he'd probably come out and
Yeah, pretty
beat
much.
you up for
Like,
just
people know.
littering.
Speaking of
come
beating
on.
people up, let's move on to SmackDown.
Yes.
We saw a lot of people being beat up that way. Noel's complaining that he only saw
There's too
3
much
matches.
talking.
Oh, he said that, but then when he replayed it, reviewed every match, he liked.
There
every
was.
segment, he liked
There could
every
have been
segment.
a couple more matches though.
And
Jeez, come on.
they're moving storylines along for.
Yes.
So I liked it. I didn't even notice really. The 3 matches were awesome. Charlotte versus Carmella.
So now she's involved in
Oh,
the
that's
three-way.
they're just both now somehow Becky
And
and
Becky's
Charlotte
mad.
are gonna screw each other over, and
Yeah.
Carmella's gonna continue being champion.
Yeah, that's a
because
possibility.
Mella is money.
And then we get what, Becky and Charlotte after that maybe. We'll see where
A
that
feud
goes.
there, yeah.
Quite
Well, they've been
possibly.
building it for a
Yeah.
while. The little over the back. Charlotte always
Yeah.
being ahead of Becky,
Yeah.
even though Becky was
Jealousy.
the first pick for SmackDown.
Yeah. Mm. And then there also was
We saw,
Selena and
yeah, that was good. Selena, she was in TNA back when she was like 18.
Yeah, representing Los Ingobernables.
Well, that's what you keep saying, but she wasn't a part of that.
No, but her husband, the guy she managed was.
Manages, yeah.
Manages, yeah. So, almost, yes, part of Los Ingobernables.
And we saw the Bar versus the Usos. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank God the Bar is back. Thank God.
Oh man, Cesaro, yeah.
And Sheamus, I finally care about Sheamus.
I keep hearing that Sheamus has got back problems and stuff.
I heard something about.
And I mean,
a
I
while
guess
ago
that
him
makes
wanting to
sense
retire.
of why he would be in a tag. They would put him in a tag team so he would
Protect
take
him,
some
yeah.
of the.
Yeah, that's true.
Because really, you start thinking about it, I don't really remember a bad Sheamus match ever. He's always been there. I mean,
He's just been kind of a bland guy, kind of a jerk.
he's had some kind of cool stuff, but again, I've never
pushed
seen
too
a
early.
bad Sheamus match. I've always, walked away from a Sheamus match being like, oh, that's cool. Some matches you just really hate. I don't hate Sheamus. I like this character.
Yeah, this works. 2 of them, they seem like good buddies.
And then Randy Orton
Oh yeah, Randy.
taking
Glad
off
he's
Jeff
back
Hardy's
too.
face paint and
Yeah.
Nakamura. That's
Barr
gonna be a
and
sweet,
Orton, they're back. It's great. Yeah.
That's gonna be a sweet
and
three-way
they
match.
let Nakamura deliver the
SummerSlam's
Yeah.
gonna be pretty cool this year.
3-way
in
match there,
Brooklyn.
possibly.
Oh, you would think, right?
Yeah, interesting.
Because I thought Hardy was hurt actually.
I think he.
So
might.
I don't know if he is, and he's gonna suck it up for one. They're gonna shoot him full of painkillers, and
Well, hoping not. Maybe it'll just, Matt Riddle will come and share some of that kind bud with him.
Or I guess you make it a three-way, and that protects Hardy that he doesn't have to be in a lot of the match.
That is true. Yeah.
Which is possible. Which is probably what they're doing.
Good
And
way
then
to
Hardy
rest,
will go away for a little bit and heal, and then we'll see him in 6 months, end of the year, I bet.
A couple months, maybe. Who knows?
So he gets up. So because I would assume they would he'd do a WrestleMania, some sort of storyline going in, and then we'll see if the Hardys kind of retire maybe or something. Because Matt's been supposedly on Twitter and stuff looking like he's gonna retire, but it's Matt Hardy, so do we really know?
You never know.
I mean, he could just be saying stuff, and then he could go away from. Maybe he'll go back to being like Matt Hardy version 1.0 or 2. This time it'd be like Matt Hardy version 2.0. That'd be sweet. That would be him and Shannon Moore,
Always
which
makes
is
me think
disciple.
I always think of AOL when I hear 2.0,
Yeah.
1.0.
And we saw Samoa Joe have a great
Yes,
promo.
great promo.
That's going to be a good match too.
That was, I think they could do something with this. They've met many times before. This time, can they slow it down, put a little more stuff into it, and take their time with it since it's the E now?
Well, they usually always did because
they can't
when
just
they met
throw
in
everything
TNA, it was always
yeah.
upper card.
Yeah, and they threw everything at each other.
Now they're older, so
they know each other too, so they know how to work
it's going to be a
together.
good match.
Yeah, I think it will be a good match. We'll see some good stuff there. Also, speaking of good stuff,
Daniel Bryan
And The
promo,
Miz.
that was good.
Yes.
And then
The
the
Miz
Miz's
rules.
show.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good reality show too.
Yes, Miz
I'll
is
be
hilarious.
reviewing that next week.
you was telling G. Brown,
Awesome.
go back to the high school gyms, wrestling in front of 12
He
people.
need to go back to the high school gyms. He
Yes.
could bring Brie with him.
Yeah.
Actually, even though he hasn't signed yet, that he's scared because if he
Yeah.
went to the Indies, he'd make so much money.
Mhm.
ROH would grab him in a second.
Or New Japan.
Well, I think they both would. They're working
Yeah.
together.
Oh,
It's the
yeah,
same
it's
as
true.
New Japan wanted Matt Riddle. They didn't even care that he smokes pot. That's crazy for New Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, WWE's at least has a precedent of letting Rob Van Dam in the company and kind of just being quiet. I heard what it is now that if you get caught, it's like a $2,500 fine or something.
Only $2,500. Jeez.
If you're making enough, it don't matter.
I'm not making enough. Jeez, if you could see my bills.
Oh man, and then we went to 205 Live. That
yes.
was getting crazy too, Noel.
Leo Rush.
Woo, woo.
Leo Rush is really the 23-year-old piece of gold. That guy is going to be a very big part. Him and Cedric at some point, I think, are going to mix it up. I don't know if they ever met in Ring of Honor, but I think there's going to be something really good there. Right now, Tozawa wants him. And he had a
Tozawa.
jobber this week, and jobber got a little in, but nothing much in. Don't like that.
And then boom!
We got Cedric and Brian Kendrick got them. And that wasn't a bad match either, of
That was
course.
awesome. And
Kendrick,
Gulak in there too.
Gulak, yeah. is
Man,
the
I
next
love Drew
opponent.
Gulak.
Yeah, but
I
love
like that
Cedric.
he's just
I
a
love Cedric.
completely different character.
I think Cedric will retain when they get to that time. He is.
Kalisto then with
Yeah.
Denise and the Lucha the Lucha House Party.
Yeah.
Woo! Lucha House Party.
Is Nice really? Nice is huge. Are you sure that guy's a cruiserweight? He's jacked.
I think he's short. He's
Oh,
got to
yeah,
be short.
short.
He's always been jacked like that though.
205. Wow.
Well, Buddy Murphy's jacked too.
Yeah, maybe
And
they
he's
want to make
205.
their way up to the main roster, well, the big game. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what they're thinking.
That'd be cool, but
Be cool.
they're trying to make 205 cool.
Yeah, 205 is doing pretty cool as long as Vince doesn't touch it, I think.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what happened now.
Yeah.
He doesn't have time. And then we go to NXT, and the
Of course.
first thing I see is Noel dissing the Street Profits.
Are they still
were
a
off
team?
TV for a couple weeks because not the guy that goes like this, but the
Oh,
other
yeah,
guy
yeah.
and Bianca Blair got married.
Yeah, well, congrats.
But then they came back, and you just see them mess with the
interfere,
Mighty.
yeah. Yeah,
But they
the Mighty
didn't
do
interfere,
not
they
like
were
them.
in the crowd.
Yeah, screwing
It was awesome. They were dancing around. You're like, yeah, the Street Profits.
Yeah, look our stupid
I do
team.
enjoy though that the Mighty has been changing a gimmick, and now they
Yeah.
got these trench coats, and they're going by the Mighty instead of like the Mighty like TM61.
Yeah.
And they're being heels, which makes
Australian
seems
heels.
to be. Or I think they're New Zealand, Australia. I think one of them might be New Zealand.
If they're both New Zealand, they
Or
could do
something like that.
bushwhackers.
They
here.
might be both
Bring
from
that
New
back.
Zealand actually, but
I'll double
So
check.
I've been digging them too.
Yeah.
Like at least they now
Good tag
have a
team.
personality. They came in kind of like they were another team
Just
that
another team from outside the States, yeah.
that were what they got big in
Australia, I think is where they
Noah,
got.
I believe.
Really?
Noah, and then a little in New Japan, but then
Nice.
the WWE just snatched them up.
Of course. And then, of course, we got Baszler and Candice LeRae, and Candice looked really good in this.
Yeah,
actually.
she can wrestle.
So-
I mean, she'd been wrestling dudes for years.
Yeah.
You know,
and
the world.
Baszler, who I love, is kind of dude-ish.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know.
she plays that role.
Yeah. She's like a female Taz, kind of, you know. She's
It's a
grumpy
good
and
one, you know.
throws
I like
people around.
Candice. She was fun.
Make people tap out, that's what she wanted. But yeah, Candice had a good showing on this
Yeah.
one. And she has,
Carrie
of course,
Sane is
Carrie
next.
Sane is
That's
next
gonna
for
be
wrestler.
a good match.
Yep, they're
at
pretty high
NXT.
on her, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Kyrie Sane next Baszler. Let's see what happens.
And we
there.
saw
Take over.
EC3 versus that lame-o what's
Kona.
his? Conan. Oh,
Kona, the Muppet. I think
Ah.
he looks like a Muppet.
that guy.
The blonde hair and the like sky
That
blue
guy's
trunks.
lame.
Yeah,
He's got to be a family member of somebody.
yeah, maybe. Or
And speaking of NXT, did you see some of the new announcements for the Mae Young Classic? Priscilla Kelly is now in. I think she left the Shine and the WWN.
Madison
Rain, but I think she's
under
going by
different-
Ashley Rain. Her
Yeah,
real
Ashley
name's
Rain.
Ashley something.
yeah, I think it's
So
actually.
it's like a combination of her real name and her fake name.
Yeah,
And
maybe
then,
this is why she did those matches with Ring of Honor and then with.
Oh yeah,
with,
and then
Impact.
who is it? XIA Brookside. I don't know how to say XIA.
Zia.
Zia Brookside. Do you know who Robbie Brookside,
Yeah.
English wrestler that trains in that? That's her dad.
Wow.
She's like 18, 19, 20, something. She's been in like Stardom and stuff. She's supposed to be pretty crazy. And then they signed this Millie chick from England. That's
England.
like, they were waiting till she was 18. I'm intrigued because it's not a lot that they like
think she
wait for
knows-
someone to turn 18. It's
think
like a
she-
Paige situation
I think
almost.
she knows what's his
They
name.
were well. I think she
Pete
was
Dunne.
she was trained by all those guys,
I think she knows Pete Dunne.
and so she's supposed to be awesome. And if the WWE waits for you to turn 18 to sign you, if they already got you on their scouting radar.
Just
that
like they
early.
got Velveteen Dream, they got him really young.
Well, they
too.
found him in Tough Enough.
Yeah, but really young.
Oh yeah, he was young
So
when he showed
he's
up.
still
in
a
Tough
young
Enough.
guy. So.
But yeah, the Mae Young Classic's starting to look awesome. And have you
Yes.
been seeing who's the strong Caitlyn? Caitlyn, the former WWE chick that's coming back.
Oh yeah.
Have you been seeing pics of her? She's posting. She is getting ripped,
Swole.
like cutting now to really like. It's going to be a crazy classic this year.
Yes.
And then we saw the Undisputed Era,
Yes.
and we
Kyle
saw
O'Reilly.
Mustache Mountain and everything. Did you see that match?
I want to take no. I'm sorry. I do know that though. Kyle O'Reilly and of course our buddy. Geez, why can't I think of
Roderick Strong.
Roddy.
Oh, Noel was a big mark for
Yeah.
Roderick Strong.
Roddy is awesome, but I love Kyle O'Reilly even more. They want to take Trent Seven's leg and put
Oh,
it
yeah,
on the
who doesn't?
mantelpiece.
Why would you not?
And Kyle O'Reilly has the best, funniest facial expressions and funniest replies.
He
to
knows
stuff.
what he's doing.
He is great. He likes.
Well, he was one like Adam Cole. ROH built those. I
Yeah.
had signed those guys early.
Yeah.
Like when they were super young and just kind of built them over the
but
years.
he's so funny. It's just Kyle likes to have fun with it. Sleazy Kyle when he was on the Indies.
Oh, yeah.
Sleazy Kyle.
Oh man, and then with now done with talking about all of the universe stuff, stay tuned for Noel's super kick of the week.
Did someone say super kick? Super kick party! He's Noel, the world's foremost expert on the super kick. Noel spends all his time reviewing super kicks from all over the world, and after some super math I don't understand, Noel finds what is widely considered the industry's best super kick of the week. And now presenting Noel's super kick of the week. Super kick party!
This week's Super Kick of the Week. Pentagon Jr. and Phoenix, the Lucha Bros, deliver a double super kick on Jake Crist. It's a match with OVE versus Lucha Brothers. Pretty sweet. They're working well together, but this, of course, the super kick, double super kick, get them right in the jaw, send them out of the ring, and then they go to work on Dave. Great super kick. Of course, Lucha Brothers, always awesome, plenty of super kicks to go around there. Not as much as the Young Bucks, but plenty of good super kicks. Great one. That's my pick of the week. Super kick!
All right, we're back from Noel's super kick of the week. That was one awesome super kick.
They always are.
And now we're talking about All In.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be, is Rey Mysterio gonna show up
He
there?
is. He's
Is
signed.
CM Punk gonna show up there?
Ray is signed. He's in the match with Phoenix.
Oh
and
wow,
Bandito.
he's actually gonna be in it. That's
Yeah.
cool, good for him. That-
Bandito, Phoenix, and Rey Mysterio versus the Bucks with Kota Ibushi. So the Golden Elite. Yes,
That's
going to be
awesome.
interesting. I'm glad Ray had the nuts to say, you know what, WWE, you can wait. I'm going to do this. Good on you, Ray.
And then we got Cody versus Nick.
Aldis.
Yeah, Aldis.
Mr. Mickey James. Since he doesn't have the ROH belt, he basically, as collateral, gave Aldis the ring. And they had some jaw-jacking back and forth, some funny bits. And then Cody had one of the great bits. It's like, well, you beat a 53-year-old school teacher to get that belt. I've been in Japan beating Ibushi and Omega, which kind of made Aldis a little mad. So,
It's true.
And, so it's going to be interesting.
That would
there.
be a good match.
Marty Skrull and
Man, I wish I
Okada.
could have gotten tickets to that.
Me too.
They sold out so fast.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then we got the news from the Jericho
Cruise.
LAX versus the Bucks.
So that could be
Impact
interesting
versus
too.
ROH.
Another one, yeah.
That's going to be a sweet match.
Yes, yes it is.
The Jericho Cruise seems pretty interesting.
I think you can still get tickets for
Oh,
that.
I'm
but
positive you can.
it's crazy expensive though. Who has that money? Be a nice vacation though.
That'd be interesting.
Yes, yes it would. And then, of course, on the Impact, we were talking about some of the guys earlier. We saw Austin Aries, of course, this weekend. Or this past weekend, I should say.
Oh yeah, we started with Ali and
Hogan.
and Sierra Hogan.
Kara Hogan. Yep.
The girl on fire.
Yes. And then we had, of course, Sue Young and
And a
whatever.
bridesmaid. I wonder who this girl is. She's
I thought you said
obvious.
one of them was, you knew who she was. Or she might have been.
No.
Okay, maybe it was somebody else.
No, I don't know who that was. I was interested on
Yes.
wonder who that is.
Yeah.
She's got to be someone that's somewhat.
I gotta say, in the top she wears, she has really big boobs. Man, awesome. And of course, Tessa comes out afterwards.
Yeah, that was
And
sweet.
nails Alley.
Destroys Ali. That was
Yeah.
good. I
That-
like Tessa's.
Hammerlock DDT. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's really bringing some fire to the
Yeah,
knockouts division
yes,
now.
she is.
I'm just digging their, and then Scarlett Brodeur came out later.
Yeah, and
She
talked.
won't be hot shamed, Noel.
Yeah, and she made.
I feel the same way. I won't be hot shamed either.
She made the new announcer guy kind of start stammering.
I wonder if
Let
he's
himself.
just an announcer for her.
I don't know.
Because you didn't see him in anything
Yeah,
else.
'cause he
And
kinda
that would be kind
stammered.
of cool. Is
That's
that's
Bobo, I guess.
that's like you only see him when he's announcing, like doing that, like
He was hot bothered.
yeah, he was.
And speaking of
he's
hot
just
bothered-
like that all the time. He
Yes.
only interviews
Boo, boo,
Scarlett
boo.
Brodeur.
Yes. And I was hot and bothered when Scarlett was posing and those very high cut slits on her side. Saw her panties. Sweet.
Yeah, she's been around for a while though. I mean, but
I would
she's
like to see
become a
more
very.
of her,
She's
if you know it.
well, she went to Japan and India, and
Yeah.
I think Japan really taught her how to
Hasn't
wrestle
had
a
a
lot
match
better.
on TV yet, so let's
Well,
see.
they're building her up.
Yeah, let's see who she gets. And I think they still need to do promos with Shotzi Blackheart. Back on stage, maybe even some, hey, I'm rehabbing my knee or ankle or whatever it broke. And
Yeah, she broke her ankle.
yeah, we got to keep her in people's minds because I think
Hopefully,
she's
they
interesting.
might have just, being that it's going to be a while, they might have just let her go.
Yeah, I hope not.
And we saw the OGs.
Yeah, speaking of let go,
Man, I
Hernandez.
hate King or Eddie Kingston. He is lame.
King, I love his
Ugh.
mic skills. He sounds like he's an actor, a real jerk, and we don't know if he is. He could be cool. He sounds like a real jerk on the
he's
mic.
lame.
He's good on the stick.
He's
Don't want to
done
see him
this
wrestle,
other-
but
yeah. ugh.
And speaking of don't want to wrestle, Hernandez, geez, give it up, dude.
Yeah, he really has changed. He
yeah, he's
really,
got
he's
pudgy.
not. Well, I mean, he's older now. You can't keep
Stammers
that
around.
body
Hit
up
the
forever.
gym, come on, if you're going to be a pro wrestler.
He was still doing some big power moves.
That's all he does, though.
Well, that's all he ever did.
Kind of walks.
And then one came out the end with a hatchet.
Oh, yeah.
That
LAX
confused
showed
me
up, yeah.
because I don't understand why
yeah.
he had a hatchet.
Yeah, OG buried these jobbers, of course, and now comes LAX, and
Now they're gonna
Hatchet
come back.
shows up. Yeah.
Conan versus King, and I just remember King from when him and James Storm and that other guy, and they're a lane.
Oh
stable
yeah,
for a minute.
yeah. And he was also in a Ring of Honor. Him and Homicide popped up there for a little
Yeah.
bit, but that wasn't. He just has a spitting back fist, I guess.
No
is his-
thanks.
he's always.
And then we saw the Desi Hit Squad.
Oh yeah, those guys are getting a push. Seems like they're on a win streak. This week, KM and Follow Bob. I love Follow Bob and KM.
He does do some cool moves.
Yes.
Like when he just rolls over everyone.
Yeah, funny stuff. Crowd likes them. Funny thing is, you can hear KM's so loud, you hear him barking the orders. He's like, "No, Bob, don't interfere now." And of course, they get the loss. But it's funny to listen to him give advice to Follow to give him the mean streak. I think it's funny.
Oh, totally funny.
And then, of course, later on the Dizzy hits Clyde Gaussing doing his thing, slapping him crapless. Twice.
And then we saw Johnny Impact.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard he's injured too. I saw pictures. He's got a shoulder injury now.
Well, he's wanting Kong again.
But, well, this was all filmed, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, these pictures were just like yesterday. I saw him in the hospital saying he had a shoulder
I hope
injury.
he manages
So,
to rehab.
we'll see what happens there. But yeah, he went after Jimmy Jacobs
He
and then
smacked him
Congo.
right, punched him right in the mouth.
Yeah.
It looked real.
It looked awesome.
Convincing.
It was good.
For a second there, I thought he was bleeding, knocked out teeth and stuff.
It was good. It was good.
It was a good punch. Solid. And speaking of solid,
And then we saw Aries fight some jobber from Battle Arts or whatever.
yeah, his name's Dustin Cameron, and maybe he'll have a spot in the future. He is one of Santino's guys, Anthony Corelli. And so he
Austin
basically...
Aries was awesome. Came out with his banana.
Yep, and didn't even have street clothes, and he drops him with the brainbuster, and he's going to give him a second, but Corelli throws in the towel. Corelli, of course, gets called in the ring, some smack talking. Aries wants to give him one free shot, so he not shot. So, you know.
That was awesome.
Yes, it was. So is Corelli going to get in the ring with Impact, or is he just going to be a guy who feeds talent?
I bet he's just going to feed talent.
Yeah, he's in Canada, so, you know, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we saw Alicia and Eddie. That's getting funny.
Yeah.
You can see now why Alicia's, and we don't see a lot of her talking, is because she's got a thick Boston accent.
Boston accent.
But I
She can go to
enjoyed
heaven.
Eddie Edwards becoming this sweet loose cannon character.
Yeah, he
or
showed up
whatever.
again at the end of the Aries match with Justin Kramer.
Finally, before
Whacked
he
him
was
again.
just kind of, just a guy that wrestled, and finally he's got a character, and it's really awesome actually.
The part I loved is he's got he always puts a kendo stick in his teeth. Then he's sitting there on the ramp, and it looks like he's making snow
And
angels
he's
with
that loose
snow.
cannon character. Speaking of loose cannon characters, Friday night, Brian Pillman Jr. is debuting in MLW. And the pictures, it's like he's dressed as old Brian Pillman.
And he's got a mullet.
I'm intrigued to see what he's gonna pull out, because I think he was in New Japan for a while and stuff. And I think he keeps talking about being trained by the Hearts. So
I didn't think they trained. Well, not Stu, but the Hearts.
the Hearts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they would
Yeah.
train him. So he could be awesome. Who knows if he's gonna run with that character of the loose cannon crazy? But he even had the cane and everything that Brian
With the
Pillman.
skull on top.
It looked
yeah.
like his pictures alone look really cool.
They do.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching MLW this
See
week.
where he goes.
Their Battle Bowl or whatever they had this last week was really cool too.
They have some interesting guys there.
Yeah, I'm digging their company. They got Simon Grimm, one part of the Von
Yep.
Ville.
Gotch.
Yeah, Simon Gotch.
Yep.
Or is he Simon Gotch or is he Simon Grimm?
Grimm is what he's
Yeah,
doing,
yeah.
So. But back to Impact, we had, of course, Grado and Joe Hendry, and the thing, Eli's like, oh, I need a partner, who am I going to take? He grabs Trevor Lee, and the funny part is, what's his name? Caleb.
Oh, Conley.
And he's like, I think he was talking to me. He's like,
Yeah, they both came in and rushed, and yeah, that was pretty fun.
And
you
of
can tell
course-
they really just don't have anything for Eli again.
Yeah, they got to get him back in that upper mid-card
But
thing.
I think after Edwards, probably be pushing up there.
Yeah, I could see the two of them maybe doing something like that.
And Grado and Henry, that one's becoming fun with Katarina.
Katarina.
Ah,
Yeah,
the
there's
old
suspicion
winter.
there. Yeah. Is
They're
Joe
playing
Henry?
that one up well.
Is Joe Henry secretly bopping Katarina? And Grado's kind of totally clueless. Eli plays the mind games, but as soon as this thing's over, please elevate Eli again, because
Oh, they were just
Yeah.
waiting for him to sign a contract or see if
he's got
gonna
it.
go
So
to
yeah,
PE or something.
do something with him.
And then finally, we got the Lucha Bros versus OVE.
Over everyone.
Yeah, man, they are over right now.
Yeah, there was a couple of the spike pile driver, stomp pile drivers. You put the pile driver
Those
in,
guys have been
stomp
working a
over.
really good program together.
Yeah, they have the
And it's been so popular that now the Lucha Brothers are being looked at by the E.
of course.
Yeah, now there's
Anybody they
rumors
could
that
steal.
the E wants the Lucha Brothers. So we'll
They put in
see.
205 or some crap.
Yeah, somewhere. But who knows? They didn't do that with Cien Alma.
Yeah, see, and almost yeah,
But he's a little bigger.
He is a little bigger, but yeah, he definitely,
Now that they see, I mean, he's had some awesome matches that I think
Yes.
they're pushing him higher.
And we know that, of course, Vince likes having Mexican or Latino top guys on
Well, he
this
likes having,
V1.
and he likes having heels from different countries having
That
the
too.
U.S. title.
So yeah, if they brought in Phoenix,
yeah,
and,
that could, yeah, you could,
that'd be cool.
I could see him. Well, they've been talking, haven't they been talking about a 20? Is there a 205 tag team belt maybe?
They had talked about that a little bit.
And so then you could see why they would grab the Lucha Brothers
Yeah.
or something like that.
I still think there's.
Though you kind of would think you'd get confused with them and the Lucha House Party. A lot of Lucha going on.
They would change her name, or they'd just be single wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And continuing on wrestlers, both foreign and domestic. We're going more foreign here now. New Japan. G1 Climax, let's see, last night or earlier, last weekend, whatever it was, we had Tama Tonga, of course, beat up Tomohiro Ishii, who I love, the Stone Pit Bowl, him and his headbutts. We had, let's see, Naito beat Yano.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like Naito.
I like Naito too. Let's see, Juice Robinson, of course, doing great and does not want to go back to the E. He doesn't want to be CJ Parker again. He beat Sonata, who is
They wouldn't have to be CJ Parker though.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just doing that in
You know, the
NXT.
funny thing is CJ
It was
Parker.
an interesting character if it would have been more of a heel, like him being like a hippie, like, you know, all about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, CJ Parker was also the name of Pam Anderson's character on Baywatch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of funny how that works.
Noel knows his Baywatch facts.
Yeah, in syndication.
Don't hassle the Hoff.
Never. And then, of course, what else? Oh, yeah.
The
of
only
course,
thing I
Kenny.
care about is Switchblade Jay White. Yeah, Switchblade.
Yes, possibly going to
Man.
the Bullet Club.
Oh, they're building him because, you know, they're going to lose Omega. They're going to
Maybe.
lose. Oh, they're losing Omega. You
Mhm.
know it. Those guys want to come back to North. You know, well, the Bucks have young kids, so
Yeah,
they want.
well, the one does.
I think they want to
Yeah,
come
it does.
back where they're not.
But
so-
Omega's really liking Japan, though. He doesn't have anybody to come back to, and Ibushi is like one of his best friends. May as well stick around.
Yeah, but there's a certain there's a certain point when you want to dig your feet at, you know, try in America and really see if you can.
See how
So we'll see if it really happens or not.
Yeah. And the firing squad, yeah, definitely could use the members. I think they should try and see if they could get Sonata too, because the numbers
like
would help.
Sonata.
I think Sonata's got some problems with Naito right now, so that'd be interesting to get Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, Papa Tonga, of course, Bad Luck Fale. I believe Ishimori is on there. I mean, he's doing some stuff with Impact, but
Yeah, that's a weird one.
yeah, but I think, yeah, definitely he is. I think he was brought in by Tama, so he may as well be there. If they could get Jay White and Sonata, there's 7 guys, well, 6 wrestlers and Papa Tonga there to, you know, be on the outside and
Yeah.
give people
I think Jay White's their next superstar.
Yeah, he's definitely going somewhere. He's doing well in his block of the G1. Kenny is undefeated on his block. I think he's
Oh, of
B block.
course.
So could we see Kenny and Jay again? This would be interesting. See how it happens.
That would be really fun.
And then let's see who else was winning. Kenny, of course, won. Ibushi beat Goto. So Ibushi,
Goto.
Ibushi is, yeah.
Oh well.
But either way, that was pretty cool seeing Ibushi do that. The idea, though, him with the Bucks at All In, that's going to be sweet. And I don't think enough of people over here have seen Ibushi. I got to see him in the Cruiserweight Classic, but didn't you say something that he was offered a contract with WWE and he turned him down?
I don't remember.
Hmm.
I don't think so.
Been interesting, but I think he turned him down.
He might have.
He's doing great where he's at. Who needs to eat? If you want
Some
money,
people don't. Yeah. Well, you don't not necessarily did these days. Look at, you know,
Mm.
the Bucks and stuff. They don't. They
Oh,
made more
yeah.
money. Cody Rhodes talks about how he's made more money this year than
Yeah.
he's ever, or last year than he ever made in the E.
Well, the nice
Said it
thing-
was the first time he made over like $1 million or something like
Well,
that.
the nice thing about the E is the money and big exposure.
I would
uh,
assume it would be all the perks of like the catering,
Yeah.
actually having doctors and like a medical. You
Yeah,
know, you get
definitely
taped up
nice.
by people,
Road
and like
crew,
actually, yeah.
everything. The only thing is, you know, your fate is in the hands of Vince McMahon possibly, and who knows? if
Or
he's
the
gonna-
writers and
Yeah, the writers.
it's more the writers.
Yeah, writers.
Oh, right. That's why we don't have writers on our show. We write it ourselves.
Damn right.
Noel writes it in his spare time,
Which is,
which is always.
yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah.
when I'm not working.
Man, Noel, I think that's the end of this second episode.
All right.
It's been a crazy episode. Lots
Sweet.
of cool stuff to
Yes.
talk about.
And Scarlet Bordeaux's
Oh,
panties.
yeah.
Nice.
That's
they were
what
black,
Noel likes.
And they were very tiny. It was nice.
It was crazy.
Sweet.
Whoa, Noel.
It
Whoa.
was too sweet.
Whoa, Noel. But yeah, all right. So I think that's the end of our episode, Noel.
Sweet.
It's been a great
Sounds good.
episode.
Yes, it
We'll
has.
see you guys next week. We don't have anything going on next week, so we will be back with an episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get busy and we forget, or I screw up and I delete the files by accident.
Whoops.
I was moving files around and I accidentally deleted. I thought I put it somewhere else. So really, it's all my fault.
I blame
It
Matt Hardy.
happens.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah, he was woken and then I got woken and deleted from the file. I don't know what happened.
Damn you, Matt Hardy.
Oh.
So anyway,
All right, well, we'll see you next week. Take care, spike your hair. Woo!
mashed potatoes are awesome food.
Cory, Cory, Cory.